A U.S. immigration officer has shot dead a woman in Minneapolis.
A large crowd gathered in Minneapolis tonight holding a vigil.
This is not the video that the president had posted on Truth Social, but it is one vantage point.
Tonight, a woman is gone, not because of illness, not because of an accident, but because a federal agent pulled the trigger. This happened in Minneapolis, and the woman who lost her life had a name. Her name was Renee Nicole Good. She was a civilian. She was unarmed. She was a human being. That morning did not begin with fear. It did not begin with chaos. It began like any other day. A neighborhood waking up, people going about their lives. No one expecting that by the end of the day, a family would be destroyed. Federal agents arrived as part of an ICE operation. Official vehicles, official authority, official power. Neighbors watched from a distance, some confused, some uneasy, but no one imagined it would end in death. Then everything changed. Gunshots echoed through the street. Sharp, sudden, final. When the sound stopped, Renee was on the ground, motionless, unarmed, gone. In that moment, time froze. Shock replaced understanding, and silence followed the chaos. Witnesses say Renee posed no threat. They say she did not attack anyone. They say she was not holding a weapon. They say there was no reason for deadly force. But Renee never stood up again. Authorities later released a statement. They said the agent acted in self-defense. They said the situation required immediate action. Carefully chosen words, professionally delivered, emotionless. For Renee's family, those words meant nothing. Because to them, Renee was not a suspect. She was not a danger. She was not a problem to be solved. She was a daughter. She was loved. She was irreplaceable. Her mother later spoke to the media, her voice shaking, her eyes heavy with grief. She described Renee as kind, as caring, as someone who mattered, a woman with a future, a woman with plans, a woman who deserved to live. Instead, her life ended on a street corner, surrounded by flashing lights and unanswered questions. Imagine receiving that phone call, the kind of call that changes everything, the kind of call no parent is ever prepared for. The disbelief, the denial, the hope that there has been a mistake. But there was no mistake. Renee Nicole Good was dead, and no explanation could bring her back. This is not just about one woman. This is about power. When federal authority is used, the responsibility is enormous. Because force, once used, cannot be taken back. You cannot undo a bullet. You cannot rewind a fatal decision. You cannot apologize a life back into existence. That is why accountability matters. In the days following Renee's death, Minneapolis streets filled with people. Protesters, families, voices demanding answers. Signs held high, anger mixed with grief, fear mixed with determination. People were not protesting out of hatred. They were protesting out of pain, out of fear that this could happen again. Because if an unarmed woman can be killed during a federal operation, then safety begins to feel like an illusion. Officials promised investigations. They promised transparency. They promised accountability. They stay with the family. They stay with the community. Renee was not a statistic. She was not collateral damage. She was not expendable. She was a person who deserved to live. And whether justice comes quickly or slowly, one truth cannot be erased. A life was taken, a family was shattered, and trust was damaged. This is not about hating law enforcement. This is about demanding responsibility. This is about remembering that every decision involving force carries irreversible consequences. This is about refusing to normalize death as procedure. Because when tragedy becomes routine, humanity is lost. Tonight, remember Renee Nicole Good not as a headline, not as an incident, not as a debate topic. Remember her as a human being. Because the moment we stop seeing victims as human, we accept that this can keep happening. And the next name could be anyone. Silence protects no one. Forgetfulness protects no one. Only truth, accountability, and humanity do. Renee should still be alive tonight, and until answers come, her story deserves to be told.